whilst I was in prison, once I'd done the victim awareness, watched the Peter Wolf video and thought to myself, I want to do that. That's something I need to do. I need to give my victims a voice, because I did justify my crimes and minimalised them by the commercial burglaries. They're insured, they get the money back. So they're a winner, I'm a winner, no victim. And that's how I was able to continue committing those crimes. And then I highlighted to my probation officer, Heather, when I was in Forest Bank, that I would like to go through that process. So she said, it's not as easy as that. We need to speak to the victim. They have to be consensual. So when I got out, I went straight into drug and alcohol treatment. And within 2 months, Heather came up and said, right, we've spoke to the victim, Carol, and she's willing to go through with it. I was filled with fear then. Do you know what I mean? Because I knew what was coming, because I watched the videos, or I thought I knew that what was coming. It was set for a neutral location at Wigan Fire Station in the porter cabins at the back. Before the conference, they did ask me, they was asking me loads of questions like, right, this is what's going to happen on the day. When you walk into the room, would you like to walk in first and have the victim sat there? Or do you want to sit there and have the victim walk in? Which I couldn't believe. I thought, what? This is not about me, this. She's the victim. Don't you dare cater to my needs. Whatever makes that woman feel comfortable, that's what we're going with. And I still disagree with that part of it. So, it was decided she wanted to be sat there first, and I walked in. And when I sat down, she did say she was expecting some big 6'3" monster. And she was like, she couldn't believe it, you know what I mean? Because I looked terrified, and I was. And then she asked me certain questions, and the main question she wanted answers to was, why me? Why my premises? And I told her, I said, do you know what? I didn't specifically target that property. It was easily accessible. It was where it was situated, because it was a building in the middle. If it had been at either end, there was more chance of me getting seen. I said, so it wasn't personal. Believe me, it wasn't personal. But if I hadn't got in your building, because I needed drugs that much that night, because I'd have been ill in the morning, I'd have burgled the next building. It was just because yours was easier to get in. And that gave her some, she was like, give her some kind of closure, because she thought it was a personal attack on her. And that upset me, you know, that she's sat with that for so long. Because if she's thinking that, is she thinking, what if they come to me home? What if they follow me home and come to me home if it's personal to me? And it hurt me, you know, that she'd been thinking, she carried that for so long. Because this was like nearly 2 years later, this. And I don't know, it was weird. I was expecting an attack off her, you know, a verbal attack full of profanity, calling me a, I don't like using the word now, do you know what I mean, but a smackhead, and how dare you, you thieving horrible scumbag, and there just was none of that. She was a voice, she didn't even raise a voice. She just wanted answers, and I give her those answers, and I think I wanted that. Do you know what I mean? I think I wanted her to attack me. I think it benefited me more that she was so nice, because it made me realise, you know what? Look at her. She was terrified. Do you know what I mean? But by the end of it, she was wishing me well, and Heather Smith, when she asked, is there anything you'd like from Simon? She said, no, the only thing I want is continue on this positive path he's on and live a happy life. I then started crying. She got a bit upset, and then Heather proposed to her. She said, right, well, this is where Simon's at the minute. He's come out of prison, he's gone straight into drug rehab. What we can do for you, we can give you a monthly report on Simon's progress. So she accepted that. So monthly she's been, and that inspired me to carry on doing what I was doing. Do you know what I mean? Not only for myself, I wanted to see that I have changed. I wanted her to know that I have changed, I am doing well. It was worth going through that process, what she went through, because I know it must have been difficult for her. And it's just, everything's just been positive since.